What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit. Spawning here in the top right hand corner of Blue Shift LE, playing with the blue Zerg pieces. He's currently down 0-1, wants to get this series back in his favor. His name is Serral. And his opponent spawning in the cross position, playing with the red Zerg pieces. She's currently up and wants to keep this game in her favor. Her name is Scarlett. So guys, game number one you guys can check out on the YouTube channel right now between these two titans of the Zerg pieces, two of the best in the world with the Zerg pieces. And guys, I got to say, game number one was a lot of fun to watch. And I'm super excited to see what both players decides to do in game number two here. Simply because, I mean, of course, guys, you know, Serral, who is the current best StarCraft 2 player in the world, how is he going to react being down 1-0? And the same can be said here for Scarlett. You know, how is she going to react? Is she going to stay kind of aggressive, or should she be a little bit more passive in game number two here and just play a macro focused style? So to say the least, guys, I'm excited to see what both these players decides to do here in this game. But game number one, though, I gotta say, guys, was an absolute brilliant display by Scarlett. You guys will check and see on this production tab the earlier stages of the game. A lot of times, guys, with the ZvZ matchup, you'll see it very similar in both players are kind of doing things very similar, and if things are a little bit off or different, that's where you start seeing some interesting strategies coming out of the Zerg players. So both players have decided to go ahead and get hatch gas pool out of their with their unit compositions. Both are also going to go ahead and get two queens out, as well as the Zergling speed upgrades. So there are going to be a couple of Zerglings out, usually just for scouting information. And it looks like Serral now will possibly get his very quick third base this game, which is very interesting, seeing as how in game number one he decided to take a very late third base. So he decided to get an early third base. Looks like Scarlett has decided to do the exact same thing, and both players have 4 Zerglings out. As you guys can see, look at this with the production tab, it's so similar. Baneling Nest is going to be coming up here for both players. So generally with the ZvZ matchup, you get Zerglings into Banelings, into Roaches, into Hydras, and, you know, sometimes you move into Mutalisks, and of course, you know, Ultralisks. I mean, there's so many different unit compositions, but usually in the beginning, the stages of the game, you'll see, you know, the Zerglings into Banelings, into Roaches, and possibly Ravagers. So both players, as I said, looks like Scarlett's going to get her metabolic boost upgrade just a few seconds before Serral gets his. But we'll see what both players decides to do here as far as how aggressive are these guys going to get with one another. It's been, I got to say, guys, these two players, of course, are not only just fan favorites of, you know, of just fans of StarCraft 2. Looks like this round is going to be coming up here for Serral. He gets that surround once again. Beautiful pickup for Serral there, getting that queen. That doesn't seem like much, but it is absolutely huge in the grand scheme of things. Looks like he is going to try to get some more scouting information. One thing Serral loves to do is get that scouting information and see exactly what's going on. But as I was saying, both these players are fan favorites. People around the world love these two players for, you know, multiple reasons. Not only their play styles, personalities. It's just these are two StarCraft 2 players that are very good for the sport. You know, for the esport of StarCraft 2. They're very good for StarCraft as a whole, and I'm excited to see their futures for sure, because they're both a couple of favorites of mine to watch as well. I absolutely love watching these two players go at it and just, you know, play against all kinds of different unit compositions, whether it's Terran, Protoss, whatever race it is. Roach Warren's going to be coming up here for Serral. He's also going to be getting his lair up and running as well. Same can be said for Scarlett. She's going to go ahead and get hers up and running, and then of course the Roach Warren's already up for her, and her evolution chamber, she's getting the +1 upgrades as well. So we're kind of setting ourselves up here for a possible macro focused game here. It looks like both players are kind of giving each other mutual respect at this point. You know, and I mean, you know, and it's kind of well deserved. Both players know each other very well and know that the other is very good, and at any point could take over. So it does look like there's some jostling back and forth between Zerglings and Banelings. Serral is still trying to kind of get some information here, scouting information, wants to see what's going on, does know now that the 4th base is going up here of Scarlett, and his 4th base is going to be going up as well. So both players, like I said, are kind of just giving each other that mutual respect at this point. The question is who's going to get the edge, because it all comes down to the engagements. I mean, it's so close at this point, as you can tell. Now, very interestingly enough, Scarlett has decided to get a Spire. Once again, she's decided to go with that Spire, and I'm wondering, what is our blue Zerg player, Serral, going to do about it? Is he going to see this in time, and is he going to know about this? I mean, is he going to know that there's going to be a Spire coming up here? Because if he knows about this soon enough, he's going to be able to react, and possibly, you know, he'll probably be in a pretty good spot. Now, here's the thing. This is where it's going to get very interesting. We're seeing a lot of Ravagers as well as Roaches coming up on the production tab for Serral. Whereas for Scarlett, she's kind of waiting it out until she can get those Mutas out. So the Mutas are going to be coming out here very, very soon. But the big question is how is this going to work for both these players? Now, she's going to lose these Roaches for practically free. That's a nice pickup there for Serral, and there's another clash here, and Serral looks like he's taking the edge here, at least at this point, taking a nice lead here. Some misplay, some you know, some missed opportunity there for Scarlett. Looks like he is going to go ahead and get that cancel. Now, there are some of these Mutas that are out, and she has shown her card here at this point, and it looks like there's just going to be a massive engagement here. There's a secondary engagement over at the 3rd base location. It looks like Serral's just trying to pounce on this army as much as he possibly can. I don't know if there's enough Mutalisks that are out here for our red Zerg player at this point to really overcome all of this. There are just so many units here that are just taking over. Serral is everywhere at this point. He's absolutely decimating a couple of these bases here. Now, there's more and more Mutas that are coming up here, but the amount of damage that Serral has done at this point is pretty remarkable. Now, Scarlett's not out of this thing as of yet. She's certainly not out of it yet. It does look like there are going to be Hydras that are going to be coming out here for Serral, so that's going to be his counter to the Mutalisk switch once again. Now, Missile Attacks level 2 is going to be coming up here very, very shortly, and it does look like these Mutas are once again going to try to get the kill here. Now, you got to be very, very careful with the Hydras now coming out. And some of these Roaches are out as well now. And it looks like Serral is just pouncing on this army. He is absolutely being extremely aggressive when his opponent does try to attack here. And Serral is going to take a commanding economic lead here shortly, simply because he was able to kill off 2 bases, and now Scarlett's going to be behind in the, of course, is going to be behind in the economic game here between these two. So, interestingly enough, it does look like Serral is kind of playing this pretty, you know, relatively passive right now, trying to build up a bigger and bigger force. He knows he's ahead. He's not ahead by much, according to the supply, but we do know that what Serral is capable of. I mean, this guy is the best in the world for a reason. Now, I would be interested to see, and these mutas are going to fly right over that army and get a couple of kills there. You got to be very careful with the mutalisks for, you know, that is Scarlett. And I'm just wondering, the longer this game goes, you know, is Scarlett going to really stand a chance against this army of Serral? He's got such a menacing army at this point of, you know, 1 Ravager, a bunch of Roaches, and a bunch of Hydras. Oh, there's a couple of Ravagers, actually. But, I mean, this army is starting to look scary. This is a scary-looking army that is here to do significant amounts of damage, and there is not much here, really, for Scarlett. I mean, she does have some Roaches, as well as some Ravagers, but I'm a little bit concerned here. There is going to be a massive engagement here at the 3rd base location of Scarlett. She's got a lot of Ravagers, so you gotta be careful of those Biles. But these Hydras, as well as these Roaches, could be very, very scary. Nice Biles there once again for Scarlett, but I'm wondering who's going to get the advantage, at least at this point. Serral is hitting from 2 places at once again. He's going after an army down here at the 4th base location. And once again, it looks like Scarlett is going to try to have to split up her army somewhat, but not without getting the kill once again on that 4th base location. Serral is bleeding his opponent dry. He is not giving her much of an opportunity to kind of rebound here after losing these bases. And it looks like Serral now is going to try to pounce onto this 3rd base location, going to try to get the kill as quickly as possible, and I think that is exactly what's going to happen here. Gets the kill, and now it looks like Scarlett has decided just to push in. She has had enough. She wants to take on this army right here and right now, and I wonder, is this going to be the all-in that she needs to overcome Serral at this point? Did Serral overextend his welcome, or is Scarlett just a little bit too much out of it at this point? She's going to try to pounce on this army, and it looks like she might be successful over here, but the question is the main army of Serral is going to try to get the surround on her, and it looks like they're going to all try to pounce on her at once. At this point, though, Scarlett has really held her own and done an absolutely brilliant job. So many Ravagers are coming up here for Scarlett. I'm just wondering, the longer that this game goes, though, Serral is going to be in such a decent position here. Scarlett, though, is just not giving up at this point. She is absolutely taking the fight to oh my god, and the burrow, the beautiful burrow there. I had no idea that it was coming, and they're going to try to pounce on this army. There are so many Ravagers, though, at this point. I just think that the longer this game goes, can Serral hold on here to this aggression that is coming? And I'm wondering who has the advantage here. I think Serral's got the advantage. It's not by much, But I think it all comes down to this engagement right here and right now. And it looks like Serral is going to try to push in right now. He has had enough. He wants to end this game right here and right now. Those biles are so close to landing here. And if they do land, it is going to be an absolute bloodbath of roaches. Oh my god, the back and forth between these two has been absolutely great. Oh wow, absolutely great. And here we go. The big armies are clashing at this point. Scarlett's supply has been plummeting. She's trying to go for the all-in here, and Serral is just strategically bleeding his opponent dry here. Can he close this game out right here and right now? He definitely has the army to do it. The question is it going to work out here for Scarlett? She's trying so hard to hold on and just try to get the win, but Serral has absolutely come in and decimated this army of Ravagers. He is absolutely pouncing on Scarlett, and GG is called, and Serral evens up the score. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Serral and Scarlett, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.